I'm Josh Dix. I work at Cook County Highway Department. We're at mid-trail on the Gunflint Trail, and I'm one of the 3 people that works to clear snow from the Gunflint in winter. It's April 2nd, and in most places that would probably mean a beautiful spring day, but in Cook County, it's still winter, and we're at the beginning of a late season snowstorm. We were predicted to get a foot or more, and we're off to a little slow start, but it's starting to pick up, and we're just going to take you along and show you what it's like to plow the Gunflint Trail. Most often we start plowing at 4 o'clock in the morning, and that way we can have the Gunflint plowed up to South Gunflint Lake Road, which is where Gunflint Lodge is, because that's the end of the bus route. So we can have that plowed in time for the school bus if we leave at 4. And that's pretty common around the county, is at that time we can kind of get everything cleaned up before school buses roll, and I'd say that's probably our top priority in the mornings. And of course, everybody commuting down to Grand Marais or Lutsen or anywhere in the county for work benefits from that as well. And from there, we keep at it until the work is done. Sometimes it can mean some real long days, and other times you just never really know what the weather's going to do up here. A lot of folks ask if I see moose and other wildlife on the trail while I'm working, and I don't see a whole lot of animals. Unfortunately, the plows on our trucks are pretty loud. I've heard some people say it sounds like a jet engine coming down the trail, but I see a lot of tracks. I'm usually the first one coming up the Gunflint before anybody else has driven on it, and so I can see lots of moose tracks. A lot of fox tracks are common, rabbits. So I know them critters are out there, but they tend to run and hide when they hear me coming. Occasionally, I do run into people getting into a little bit of trouble on the Gunflint. It's a really snowy place, and I think sometimes people underestimate what the conditions will be like here compared to even just driving down on Highway 61 along the shore. I've encountered plenty of people that have, slid off the ditch. I've encountered a truck upside down on the side of the road once, and that was a little scary because I thought there'd be somebody inside, but thankfully they were okay and had left already. But yeah, we do run into some stranded motorists from time to time, and it's a good thing that we run into them because we have radios that we can communicate with all over the county, whereas cell phones are far less reliable in these parts. A lot of my route along the Gunflint includes side roads, gravel roads. I mean, you might even call them just wilderness access roads. So Clearwater and Hungry Jack are big ones that I do, and those end in Boundary Waters entry points, where a lot of people use them in winter. There's a lot of entry points that aren't plowed in winter, so these get a fair amount of traffic for people camping and ice fishing. So it's really cool to be able to provide that access so that people can experience the wilderness in winter, because as some of us up here know, winter is the best season to experience the Boundary Waters. I'd say we were pretty thankful this winter to have some snow. Last year, we had a lot of freezing rain and very little snow, so it was good to get a little closer back to normal. We're a little light on accumulation, but it's still winter, and there was a lot of good recreation to be had, I guess I'd say. April 1st is when I generally switch to hoping for spring, and so April can be a hard month for some of us living in Cook County because the weather is decidedly unspring-like from time to time, but we'll get there. We just hopefully have this one and maybe a few more snows left, and then we'll get some spring weather going here just in time for the fishing opener.